Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the morning, the charger has kicked into standby, so it has done its repair process. I assume I left it on repair last night, left it, walked away, went to bed. It's about 11:30, something like that. So we're going to see if it revived this battery and where we're at with it with the charger. See where it is with this battery tester. Battery tester said it was 39% status of health. I don't like this dark color stuff on this battery post. Say we got 12.9 volts, English, out of vehicle, after charge, regular flooded, cold cranking amps 490. Let's see here with the test. It went from 34%, I believe, to 44%. So it didn't bring it back all the way. I'm going to let it run on the repair for one more hour and check it. We're up to 340 cold cranking amps. Let me see where we was before. We were SOH, status of health, from 39% to 44%. And the cranking amps, we went from 325 to 340. So let me hit this thing on repair one more time, see if it gets it up any better. That status of health should be at least 75%, really should be 100% for a good battery. So this battery is weak, subject to failure. I can hear it, not cranking the car the way it should. But man, it's been cranking the car like that for a few months. So I guess I could leave it running in that car until it fails to start, and then she'll jump it and get home, and then we'll replace it. It is 6:43. I'm gonna come check it in 30 minutes, see where that is, and let this thing do its thing. We are 3.5 hours at it, and it is still hacking away at trying to repair this battery. So I'm going to go for my exercise walk and get back and check it again. See if it's done any better. Last it was at 44% health and 340 cranking amps. 4 hours up, the charger has re-entered the standby mode. So we are going to disconnect it from the battery and see if we got any improvement. If we got improvement and it's not 100%, we'll run that cycle again. We'll keep running that cycle until we have no improvement. 12.9 volts, basically 13 volts. English, out of vehicle, after charge, regular flooded, cold cranking amps 490. Running a test. Ooh, SOH 42%. That did not improve. Cold cranking amps did not improve. Replace the battery. So I'm gonna let it charge while I do some running around, and then I'm gonna run it through that repair mode one more time. And if I repeat a no improvement, I'm going to go ahead and advise my daughter to get another battery, because the status of health is not improving. It's only 42%. Last time it was 44%, so it actually got worse. Cold cranking amps went down. I'm really not one for beating a dead horse, so I'm going to go ahead, disconnect this battery, set it aside, and I'm going to move on to this interstate battery here. The first thing I'm going to do is check the fluid levels in the cells, and then I'm going to hook it up on the charger. Now, it would not register on my battery tester. However, with the multimeter, it registered just below 6 volts. So let's switch over to this interstate, see if we can revive it with this no-code charger and go from there. The juice in these cells are a little low. Now they are above the, looks like cell down there, but they are not over the bar in all of them. A couple of them are. So I'm going to fill them up till there is wetness over those bars in there. And then I'm going to put this thing on the charger. I'm going to fill it up with distilled water. I filled each cell up until the liquid is on the bottom of this plastic tunnel. Got each one close to the same. Some of them was low. I put about just a less than 4 ounces in probably each one, and maybe as much as 8 ounces in a couple. Now this battery is a July 2015 battery. This is now November 2021. So let's see if we can recover this thing and get a charge on it, get it usable. As you can see, it says danger of poison. Don't be trying to drink that stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and let you see that my battery tester is not registering anything on here. Minus, plus, not registering at all. And I hit the ohm meter on there. Like I said, it was 5.9 volts, so it's not totally dead. So let's go ahead and hook up the charger on it and see if this thing will charge. Take a charge, and then we'll test it again with the battery tester. I'm starting to like that battery tester. Heck, I might take that with me and test batteries before I purchase used batteries. There it is. It's went through its test light. It's on 12 volts. And there it is, starting to charge. So we'll come back in 6 hours, see where we're at. But that first light flashing is letting you know that it's between 0 and 25% charge. When the next light up, it'll be between 25 and 50% charge, and so on and so forth. 6 hours later on the interstate, still on 1 bar. At the scrap facility, I dropped off a hood, a door with no glass, a fender, a rotor rear, and 2 strut assemblies. I get $11 back. Whoop whoop. Headed over to the ticket place, cash in, get my 11 bucks. More than I would have got at the salvage jar. Came out here, opened the trunk on Queen Bee. It was full of water, and there was a little dampness inside. So I took one of the cables for the hood release and ran it down there and hit the clog, emptied right out. So on these 850s, you got to keep these clean. The S70s, they don't have them, so you really shouldn't park your car on the slope down on those cars, because if you do, they gather water up here in these corners and then they leak past the seal into the trunk. So try not to park them up like that. It's trying to rain out here, and the sunroof on Queen Bee's messed up, so I'm getting ready to replace it. As you can see, the glass is coming out of the seal, and I don't want this leaking inside the car. So I'm gonna grab a sunroof out of Betsy. I got one in Betsy, and I'm gonna replace this sunroof glass. In this video, we're replacing the sunroof glass. These sunroof seals get a little rust build up around them. The seals swell, and then they start leaking water between the frame and the seal and the glass. When that happens, water gets inside the car. Sometimes it drips and it misses the track. The track will let it drain out, and if it's missing the track, it'll get it and wet up your roof liner and stuff like that. So you really got to be careful with the seal around the sunroof going bad and deteriorating. So what you need to do is you slide your shade back, stick your key in the ignition, raise the back of the sunroof so that the sunroof is on its tilt. Put your key in ignition, raise your sunroof. So the sunroof is now raised on the back. Now you want to pull in these things here. You push them back and then you pull them in so that they're inside the car. Ugh. That back piece there fits down in the track. You can see this is all rusted inside the glass. Do that on both sides. Pull this back toward the back of the car and pull it in. Now you'll see it has that little hook there, and a third one there. Those hook on this part of the sunroof frame and one back there. So now that you got the sunroof raised and this plastic guard off, you remove this screw and this screw on both sides. Then you push the glass back and it'll unhook from the back. So 2 screws on this side, 2 screws on the other side, and you lift the sunroof up and out of the sunroof frame. I have all 4 screws out. So now I'm gonna grab the sunroof and slide it back. And when I slide it back, you gotta pay attention to how these 2 tabs fit in there, because these 2 tabs are on the sunroof frame and they fit in a certain way. So this front tab is in between the guide and this arm. This back one is on the outside. So on both sides, that's how that is. So I slid the sunroof back. Now the sunroof just lifts up and out. So go ahead and lift it up and out and grab the replacement one. Now if you see right there, let me get out here and show you this. Now it has a tab there, a channel tab, and a channel tab there. That fits into the track assembly. One there and one there. So when you slide the sunroof back, you not only unhook the back hook back there, but you unhook those 2 tabs there that stick down out of the sunroof. Let me go ahead and pull this out without scratching the car. I need both hands, and set the replacement one in place. I usually get the replacement sunroof glass from areas that don't have any rust. And you can look closely at the seal, make sure there's no bulging in the seal or rust buildup. Then you can look inside the sunroof glass and make sure you don't see any rust buildup or anything in there. So that's the hook for the back. That hooks right on this piece on the back, and then your 2 tabs hook into there. So that back hook shares the hook with that piece of trim. I'm going to hook that back there on that trim. I'm going to drop these 2 pieces in there. Make sure the tabs where the screws go through are properly aligned, and drop that down and slide that forward. So you got the sunroof hooked in that hook under there, front and back. You got that back hook on the post that sticks out for the trim hook. Now you got to get the screw in there. Then you go outside and push down on the sunroof a little bit, get that screw in there. Then you close the sunroof, and if everything looks level, you go ahead and tighten the screw. But you don't tighten the screw unless everything looks level to the roof after you close the sunroof. All 4 screws are in, but none of them are tight. So I close the sunroof with the switch. Now I want to make sure the sunroof is level with the skin of the car. So right now the back is a little high, the front is a little low. So I'm going to push up on the sunroof out from the inside, try to get this leveled out so that it's level and it won't make no wind noise. And then I'll tighten down all 4 screws. So I'm going to try to level out this side, then I'm going to go try to level out that side, and then I'm going to tighten the screws down. Then I'm going to open the sunroof, close it back, and maybe make an adjustment again. I got to go back and forth until when the sunroof closes, it's pretty level with the skin of the car. The back is on that hook, so there's not going to be much you can do about the back, but the front, you want to get that as level as possible. I think it's level, so I'm going to run the sunroof open and then close, see if it comes back level. And then I'm going to just say this one more time. These sunroofs are not sealed. they don't seal water out. They control the water that leaks past them. So when water seeps through the seal, it falls in the track, it rolls out the drains, front drains, rear drains, right or left. So you got 4 drains that catches the water that seeps through the sunroof. Just about every sunroof on the planet is like that now. None of them totally seals water out. They control the water that seeps through. Sunroof works when the ignition is on. So I got the ignition on. It's jammed. So I need to figure out why the sunroof is not working. Could be that my battery's low. I hadn't driven the car for a while, but I'm gonna check that out and get this fixed. Then you raise the back of the sunroof up and clip these plastic clips back in. The back sides of them you force down in the track, get them in the track. Then you clip the top sides up on those 3 hooks and you slide that thing forward, and you'll have your covers back on your sunroof track. I don't have any use for a sunroof that has lost its seal, so I throw them in the trash. I don't know if you find any use for them or not. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.